honey ham, glazed ham, freaking finna bust fire out.
Time to ramp up the training. It's time for me to get my mind, body, and spirit at 100% so I can go out there and do my thing. Because the grind is about to start now.
First day back, gonna start getting active, getting my body right, start getting my mind right for the bigger task at hand, and it's the road to the Olympics. What I do with this band to start my warm-up or mobility, find somewhere to wrap it around at. Now we good to go, resistance right here. So I always like to start at the top and work my way down. When I'm moving forward, it's working the front up into my quad and VMOs, which is right here. Gotta warm that stuff up, gotta get it going. I usually do 2 sets of 10 on each leg. It's like warming it up, getting it heated up, because once you start moving it, you know, now we lessen that percentage of injuries because we working on specifically that muscle. Do think about stretching our Achilles, right? It's always our arms, our legs. No one say, hey, stretch your Achilles. I'm getting the band around my ankles, a little bit over the top a little. And now I'm putting 1 foot forward, and all I wanna do is bend down. What you're doing is you wanna avoid from lifting up that back heel. And the goal is the more you do this, you want to be able to get your shin angles as low as possible, because even when you're getting in your 40 stance, your shin angles is a prominent part. All right, now we're finna do walking high knees. I always like to continue to teach myself form. All that stuff is a muscle memory, and the better that you can train at it, the faster you'll get. So it's not about breaking a world record, it's about breaking your personal record, PR. Now we just did the walk, now we're doing the bounce. Open up your hips. So it's like technically walking over hurdles, just don't have hurdles right now. Oh, that's popping too. Just me getting a little bounce off the balls of my feet, activating my calves. Or you can do calf extensions, but I like to just keep moving. So now I gotta get my hips warmed up, my quads, my hams. All this is maintenance. All this is preparing me to be ready for the next workout. So now we're gonna do a small circuit before we get into the explosive part. First thing we're gonna do is activate the hamstrings. You can be here, and you can do 2 legs. I would prefer everybody doing 2 legs as if your first time doing this, but I want you to engage your hips and push your hips through the roof. And then I want you, while you're putting your fists through the roof, I want you to curl up. As you curling up, you're gonna feel your hamstring starting to fire. Then you wanna slowly control and straighten them out, and then bring it back. Now, if you one of them men or women who think they just got awesome hamstrings, then you go 1 leg. Congratulations if you can do 1 leg, you get some strong hamstrings. Don't hurt nobody. So 1 leg, knees up, elongate it, back up. Roll up, elongate it, roll up. Because if you don't know about hamstrings, you do got a top, bottom, and middle. You can have a high hamstring pull, a mid hamstring pull, or a low one. If you get a low one, you're gonna be walking like this for a little bit. You ain't gonna wanna put no pressure on it.
Are you kidding me? And he was a late. Rich, he didn't get invited to the combine until after the Senior Bowl was over.
Preparation for the 40. Right now, I'm putting myself in a mental mind frame that I'm finna run a 40. This is the line for the 40, an imaginary line. Make sure it's stiff, ready to go. Come in here, if I gotta come out some, make sure I get my good shin angles. Bring it back. If I'm here and I need to lean, and throw my hand back. Being mechanical means every second, every millisecond counts. If I'm finna take off and I'm doing this to this, does not seem slower, but if I'm figuring to take off and I go here, straight back, now I'm off to my run. Relax my head, lean, fire out. Depth drops. Depth drops is allowing you and your calf, not your calf, but your knees and also your calves and other muscles to get used to putting heavy force into the ground. Sometimes you could take off running and put in a lot of force, and you ever had your knee buckle or your ankles a little weak? This will allow you to know what needs to be worked on, what's buckling. If you not be able to control yourself when you hit the ground, then you need to start doing things to strengthen up those muscles for you to be able to put in your best foot forward on your races or your event. So I'm coming here, going to my left leg, drop, and stick it. And you notice that everything is firing up. Calf muscles, my ankle mobility is moving, trying to get stability to come back up. And the best part about it is when you're doing a depth drop, it's not hitting it and just getting back up. It's sitting in it and allowing all your muscles to fire off. Woo, but like my ankle will be moving back and forth trying to keep my balance. My calf muscle will be shooting up just to get that stable mobility. This would expose those knees out there. The ones who been on the couch eating those Doritos and dipping it with the cheese. How you gonna get nacho cheese Doritos and dip it in cheese? And no, I'm not speaking about myself. You was like, oh, he's just telling his story. I never did that, but I do love sweets, and I had a honey bun yesterday, so. Woo! Now working on bursts. Resistance, and what I wanna do is, I had no ball, and I'm finna get ready to take off. Notice my shins and when they're dropped, ready for that takeoff mode. It's like having a sports car. You have comfort level and then you got sport. When you hit sport, it kind of lowers down because I'm finna take off. I want traction to the ground. I'm coming here because I'm ready to take off. When I'm taking off, I'm finna burst. Now, put some resistance behind it. So I'm here and I want to push and take off. And sometimes this helps with body control and understanding what everything is firing, because it kind of throws you off when you're holding the ball because you don't really know how to really access that force to take off with. Load up and push through the ball. One thing you can always do is go up on weight too. Like I'm doing 10 pounds right now, which is kind of light because I like to look good when I'm going off fast. But do something reasonable for you to still get a good fluent burst to put impact to the ground. One thing that you could focus on when you're pushing that ball off is picking your feet up and putting them down as fast as possible. If I had to give an idea, if anybody ever did Stairmasters, and you walking upstairs and you putting the force into the ground, that's how it should be, but you're leaning forward doing the Stairmasters. Stumping the ground, picking them up as fast as you can, and accumulating that force, because that's acceleration. Then you can get into the actual running part. There's phases to it. Right now we're working on, we're doing Stairmasters, y'all. One thing that you can add in, you wanna be able to activate your hamstrings, fire them up as strong as possible, and your actual groin as well. So how do we activate the groin? Notice that I'm putting a ball in between my legs, and what you wanna do is, for a count of 10, you wanna squeeze, because when you're moving and you're moving at a certain speed or you're putting a certain force in the ground, you're always gonna have tension in a lot of different muscles. If you're not paying attention or giving yourself maintenance in the certain muscles, then you're gonna be like, why am I feeling so sore? 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you're gonna shake, it's okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm freaking gonna bust this freaking ball. I feel like I was just going Super Saiyan for a second. Little buy one, get one free ham. Little BOGO. Hammy hams. I ain't got enough hams to give for Thanksgiving right now, but they'll get there. Oh, honey ham, glazed ham, pineapple hams. And I got the hams. Lift all the way up. If you guys are one of those athletes who can do it all the way down and then lift yourself back up, please send me the video. That's impressive for all athletes, not gonna lie. I only seen like 3 people in my lifetime who does that. Well, I was lifting them up. I think I was lifting the weight up.
This is just the beginning. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, because I got a lot more to show you. It's gonna be a journey, baby. And I'm glad that you all are here subscribing and joining that journey with me. It's go time. Lock in and let's do it. Can't wait to see you all.